Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to crack open a playbook, one that top pros use to build businesses that basically run on relationships. We're talking about the exact proven strategies that lead to predictable success. So let's just dive right in. All right, let's start with a number. And this one, it should really make you pause. 90%. What is that? Well, for the absolute top performers out there, that's how much of their business comes directly from their personal network. Their sphere of influence, the people who already know them, like them, and trust them. And let me be clear, this has nothing to do with luck. It's all about having a systematic, professional approach. And this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? You are 1 year away from people calling you lucky. The strategies we're about to walk through, that's the hard work. That's the system that creates what everyone on the outside is just going to call luck. So no, it's not magic. It's a blueprint, and it's one you can follow. Okay, so how do you actually build this thing, this relationship engine? Well, it all starts with the core philosophy of a relationship-driven business. And let me tell you, the return on investment, it's just staggering when you get it right. I mean, just look at this. The difference couldn't be more clear, right? When you focus your business on deep personal relationships, you're looking at a 90% return from your network. But if you take a purely transactional approach, well, that number just tanks down to maybe 10 or 12%. It proves that the personal touch, it isn't just some nice little extra. It's everything. It's the whole game. And this kind of success isn't some vague, fuzzy concept. It's built on a real system. Top performers are actually meeting with new people specifically for goal setting. They're sending personal, data-focused emails that they write themselves, not some canned template. They tag every single contact by their profession or where they got the referral. They even do these really thoughtful gift campaigns, like, say, custom candles from a local company. Every single one of these actions is like a gear in a big machine, a machine designed for deep, personal connection, but one that can also scale. All right, next up. Let's look at how this all comes together in a really simple but super powerful framework for your outreach. This is designed to make every single conversation feel totally authentic and, actually effective. It's called the 3Gs. The process is so simple, you're going to love this. First, you get real. That just means be upfront that you're calling about business. Seriously, think about it. Wouldn't it be kind of weird if your insurance agent called you up just to chat? Of course it would be. It's okay to be direct. The second G is go back. This is all about consistently following up with your database. Don't just add people and then let them gather dust. And number 3, give. Always, always focus on providing real, tangible value. And when I say giving value, I don't mean some corporate buzzword. I mean tangible stuff. Things like providing a useful tool like a home valuation link. Or maybe, someone's a huge fan of a local sports team, so you send them the schedule. It's practical stuff too, like sending a homeowner their annual HUD statement, that year-end closing document, right in January when they need it for their taxes. Or a quick top 5 market report. See, this is where tagging your contacts in your database becomes your absolute superpower. Okay, let's get really tactical now. We're going to shift into the repeatable systems that the experts use to become the undisputed go-to authority in a super specific local area. This is how you go from just being known to being truly dominant. At the heart of this whole strategy is the hyper-local newsletter. And let's be really clear here. The neighborhood itself is the content. We're not talking about the whole city or the county. The trick is picking the right neighborhood to farm, as they say. You're looking for one with a 5 to 7% annual turnover rate. And this is critical. One where there isn't already a single agent who just owns the whole place. But for this to work, the content has to be really compelling. You absolutely need a strong call to action. You need triggers, little things to get people to engage, like a holiday pie giveaway, a QR code for an instant home valuation. That's a non-negotiable. It's a must-have. And you have to provide genuinely valuable, timely info, like a simple guide on how to appeal rising property taxes. When you do all that, you turn a simple newsletter into an incredibly powerful lead generation tool. And you can supercharge this with a really aggressive postcard strategy. Now, look at this schedule. It's not just random. From December to February, you're sending 3 a month. Then from March through May, 2 a month. Then it drops to 1 a month for the rest of the year. So, why? It's all about the timing. It's designed to line up perfectly with when people start thinking about selling. It keeps you right there, top of mind, exactly when it matters most. Okay, but maybe you're thinking, I hate cold calling. I don't want to knock on doors, right? What if you're just not that person? Well, let's look at a brilliant, scalable alternative that's pretty much designed for introverts. It's called the Golden Letter, and trust me, it is ridiculously effective. So the marketing idea behind this is something called a MOFR. That stands for Making an Offer for Immediate Response. The entire letter, every single word, is engineered for one goal and one goal only: to get the homeowner to pick up the phone and call you. It's super simple on purpose. No fancy logos, no photos. It just gets straight to the point and asks if they'd consider an offer on their specific property. Now, this is really important. We got to have the right expectations here. The market has definitely changed. A few years ago, you might send 500 of these letters and get a great response. Today, you probably need to send around 1,000 to get maybe 5 to 10 people to reply, which turns into 2 or 3 appointments. But hang on, think about that return on investment. 2 to 3 solid appointments without making a single cold call, that's absolutely massive. And here's the really crucial part to understand. This system does more than just get you business right now. It builds your future. It creates 3 different types of leads. You get your pipeline sellers. They're curious but not ready yet. Then you've got potential sellers who are open to the idea but need a little motivation. And then, of course, you get the ready sellers who are good to go. So this strategy isn't just about this month's commission. It's about filling your pipeline for months and years to come. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of specific tactics. Now we're going to zoom out a little and talk about the one thing that makes all of this stuff actually work. It's the mindset you have to have for success. And it comes down to 2 things: relentless visibility and just unwavering consistency. Now, this might sound a little backward at first, but it's one of the most important things you can take away from this. Think about it. Your incredible skills as a professional, who knows about them? Really, only your past clients. To everybody else, you're basically invisible. So your number one goal has to be to get seen and get known in the marketplace. Because if nobody knows you exist, it doesn't matter how talented you are. And look, getting seen doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Just wear some branded apparel. It's literally a walking billboard for your business. And hey, it's a tax write-off, so why not? Throw on a branded hat when you go to the gym. Slap a sticker on the back of your laptop. These are such small, consistent actions, but they constantly remind everyone around you what you do without you ever having to say a single word. And that brings us to the absolute bedrock of this entire playbook. If you feel like a strategy isn't working for you, the first question you have to ask is, how many times have I really done it? You hear people who hold like 2 open houses over 6 months and then say, oh, open houses don't work. Come on. The secret isn't to just stop doing it. It's to do more of it. Increase the volume and stay consistent. All right, to wrap things up, we're not just going to do a simple summary. Instead, I want to end with a bit of a challenge. A few questions for you to really think about. Not just about what you've learned, but what you're actually going to do about it. So here's the first one. We get told all the time to be realistic, right? But I want you to ask yourself, is being real actually serving your biggest dreams? Or is it maybe just an excuse to play it safe, to play small? Maybe it's time to stop being so realistic and start being a little more relentless. And we're going to end right back where we started, because this is probably the single most important idea to hold on to. 1 year. 1 year of focused, consistent work is what's standing between you and the person you want to become. That luck people will talk about, it's earned every single day. So I'm going to leave you with this one last, really powerful question. Imagine a complete stranger, an objective observer, followed you around for just 1 week. They can't hear your thoughts or your promises. They only see what you do. Based on your actions alone, how serious would they say you are about your goals? Would they even be able to figure out what your goals are? The answer to that question, well, that reveals everything.